So we'll see how that goes.
I just got I showed it before we went live. I'm pretty sure. So I just got to show my dope Rainbow Crystal Skull vodka. My drink today.
Yeah, I'm drinking. Whatever, Elvis. You're not over Bad Idea Comics. It's okay.
So I know I showed you the pictures of these. I think you know most of what I have because I got a lot of CGC, but I gotta show them off anyway. I got my
IO
ASM4 for Cindy Moon Ass Silk 9/8 signed by Ramos, and then one of the Strange Academy. Try to get that glare. This is one of the Walmart editions signed by both Scotty Young and Ramos.
That's nice, man. That was through Clan McDonald, right?
Yeah, and whoever cleaned and pressed this, they fucking crushed it, man. Because
Awesome.
I had this cleaned through him, and the spine is perfect. The corners are sharp. Like there's nothing. It's gorgeous.
That's good, man.
Like if it came back a 9.9, I wouldn't have been surprised. This thing looks so fucking good, and it did not look that good when I sent it. I just don't think it had any color breaking issues.
Okay.
So clean and press, he really crushed it.
That's awesome.
And I got two more I got another one of the Walmart Strange Academy, and then the fourth printing, which is the same cover but the red background.
Yep.
Around at CGC for the Scotty Young signing right now.
Okay.
So I'm gonna have a bunch of them. Then,
no news yet? Have you gotten any news yet from Clan McDonald?
Nope. I know he said so just in case anybody's wondering, CBCS lost about a little over 300 books. Last update, I don't know if you saw that they found like 50 of them or something like that, one of the submissions.
Yeah.
And they were all from Clan McDonald. There was 5 or 6 submissions that added up to over 300 books. And I've got some bangers in those submissions possibly. So I'm waiting to find out if I lost them. And these include Lethal Protector 9.9, an Ultimate Fallout 4, which should be a 9.8 easy, 3 ASM 361s. I think that was it for the Bagley books. And those are the ones I'm most worried about. I'm also unaccounted for 2 New Mutants 98. One is a newsstand, and then 2 Uncanny X-Men 266. One is a newsstand.
Yeah.
But the way the timing is, though, I don't think those are involved in this.
Yeah, mine. The only one I'm worried. The only 2 that are involved for me that are involved in that timing were the Thunderbolts #1 that Bagley did, that submitted for the Bagley signing, and the
you did send yours in there, didn't you?
Yeah, the Speed Metal. The Howard Porter. I believe it was an incentive done by Howard Porter. I do have a original or a sketch on a cover by Karen Grant. It's supposed to be Ultraman 1, but I don't think that one's affected either. So hopefully, fingers crossed. So
yeah,
especially for you, man, because those are some banger books. So.
I'm pretty sure that Lethal Protector wasn't going to hold the 9.9. It was a PGX, and at the time I was like, I'm just going to dump my PGX. To be honest, at this point, I kind of regret it.
Yeah,
it just kept the 9.9, even if it is PGX, because it's fucking 9.9.
Listen, man. I know people frown upon different grading companies. It is what it is. But at the end of the day, somebody that wasn't you or me graded that book and said, "Hey, it's a 9.9, 9.8." And once you have it, you'll get rid of it. It'd be hard pressed. Anybody who gets a 10 from PGX would be willing to send that in and crack that 10, right? Like,
right, yeah.
So they'll probably end up keeping it.
Starting off, so this looks like a great packing job so far. All off of same dude who had multiple Facebook claim sales. They weren't like reply auctions or anything like that, which I don't like on Facebook because then I have to constantly go back and check comments.
Yeah,
but he had some bangers, and he was doing one. It was an everything $2 sale, so I was able to pick up a bunch of the Snyder Capullo Batman run that I'm missing, all for $2 each, and then some of the Sex Criminals that I missed when I went to. I think it's when I went to Korea is when that was out, so I didn't get them all.
How you like Sex Criminal? I wasn't a big
I
fan.
haven't finished it. I only read like the first arc, but it's fucking dope. It is so original. Definitely not for kids, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, I highly recommend it. Open a couple of these up. Show my. These are mostly PC though. I did pick a couple up that I might sell or maybe grade.
Okay.
We'll see. Doing Facebook claim sales is always a little bit of a gamble because you're not getting great looks at the books. You know?
I've had good luck. I've kind of I missed out on a Teen Titans annual here recently. Just too slow on the trigger. It was a really nice clean copy.
Man, there's so many books I don't remember them all. But like there's one of the Sex Criminals.
Oh, 50 minutes. Hey, so if I start losing my mind in about 50 minutes, I apologize now. I'm trying to get that Death of Superman anniversary special.
Oh yeah. Is it going live?
Yeah, they go live in about 50 minutes.
So here's a couple. I'm going to be honest. I bought this one when I was drunk and I don't remember it, but it's Moon Knight #1. It's $50. I got which I'm still not mad about, but I got the invoice and I'm looking at it and I'm like, what the fuck? And I went back and I looked at the comments and I was like, yeah, I guess I did buy that. And then anytime I can get one of these cheap, I'm picking it up every time.
Oh yeah, that's a great. That would have been. I can't remember if that was called out specifically, but it would have fit in perfectly in the bad idea thing.
There's a Spectacular Spider-Man 100.
Okay, the spot appearance, right? Is that his first, or that's
no,
just the appearance?
It's an appearance. I'm pretty sure the first one is it's the one with it's like a yellow background, and he's coming through the portals. It looks a little.
Oh, that's actually no. It's the one where Kingpin is splitting Black Cat and Spider-Man together.
Okay, yeah.
The one with the yellow is his first cover.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think he sold this was only a few dollars.
Oh, nice.
It wasn't crazy. And an early Spot cover. Like Spot's a silly character, but it works in the comics and it's probably going to be amazing in the animated movie. Like I think that's the best place for Spot to work.
Yeah, anywhere else would be weird.
I also think the covers are just kind of cool.
Yeah, late '80s, mid to late '80s, those covers, they were awesome. They definitely sold the comic books.
Reader copy, but I'm going to pick it up every time if it's affordable.
That's Sinister, right?
No, 222. That might be.
No, Sinister, an early Sinister appearance. I might be wrong, but I thought it was.
No, his first cover I want to say was like my X-Men box is over there. Yeah. I pick this up every time I see it too because you can still get it for a couple of bucks. You take cover, but a lot of potential in that. Yeah, I really like to read too.
And Humberto Ramos did the art, so it's all good.
Oh yeah. I got one more bag. The rest of these, I think that Moon Knight was probably the only big one. The rest of them, I picked up just a lot of books that I need to fill a run, or for whatever reason, and he was just selling them at great prices. If I'm on there and I see somebody say $2 claim sale, I'm going through that whole post.
That's still crooked.
It's gonna bug you this whole time now.
It is, man.
So,
next time I'll be on here, I'll have my hair done up. So,
yeah,
or I can shave my head like you and not even worry about it.
All right, so it looks like the rest of these are all the Capullos or Snyder Capullo Batman. So I did get 2 more of the Sex Criminal books.
Okay.
And I love like the what do you say? Not theme, but whatever for these covers, like the
I mean it's Marvel did something similar in 2021 where it's like they had Michael Cho do those two-tone covers.
I almost said Frank Cho.
Yeah. They did the two-tone covers and stuff like that. So that's very reminiscent of that.
So I'm just since there's so many of these, I'm just gonna kind of fly through them, but I think everybody at this point knows the Snyder Capullo Batman run.
Epic, man. A lot of good stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Try to get this right angle.
Not a lot of major keys, but they did introduce. Oh, that's cool. They did introduce the Court of Owls in there and the Talon. That that's not the first appearance of that villain, but yeah,
I've got it in here though. I don't remember which one it is, but I did get it.
Mr. Bloom or something like that. I think it is.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's this one.
Yep, 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 yeah, yeah,
And you know, I'm a big Capullo fan for his
yeah.
art, and he was just so good for
And,
Batman.
and Scott Snyder's writing was on point too, man. His storytelling for that whole run was on point.
Yeah, it's definitely a classic. It is high. One of the reasons I love New 52 so much.
Yep.
But that's my Facebook claim sale. A couple of cool Spider-Mans and that Moon Knight, of course. So I'm gonna have to do a deeper inspection on that. Decide what I'm gonna do with it. Barber watches this later. He's probably gonna try and buy it. All right, so I got 2 CGC boxes. I had like what 3 or 4 orders on the way. So
Yeah, yeah.
submissions.
Like 2 more or 3 more, something like that. Yeah.
Maybe just started this car up. Sounded really weird. So if I'm not mistaken, one of these is a really, really good submission, and one of these is going to be a mild, okay, not bad submission. Yeah, so it's like, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and this one. So there's going to be 2 submissions, I think. I want to save that one for last.
Yeah, I think the 9-book submission is all was one submission.
All right. So I got Battle Damage Punisher, 9/8. I got 2 of them there for the trade, and then 1 Virgin.
Nice.
And then our unofficial official presser, Indie Jim, worked on all of these books, and he crushed this one.
I gotta send some books his way. Some CPR books. They're out there somewhere.
Let's see. That one. Is that Darth Vader 2020?
Yep,
Yeah,
that's the first cover appearance of Grogu and Mando, and
that's the first print. The
John,
gold.
yeah, the gold one. Yep.
Young Avengers one. This one came out in 9/4. Bags. Has so much glare in here today.
Yeah.
That's why I get for doing this when the sun is still up.
What was the notes on that one again? I can't remember.
I don't think we had notes on this.
Ugh, dang, CGC.
But I'm gonna look it over. That corner's got a slight blunt. There's a little bit of spine ticks. Yeah, don't break color, but I'm still not mad about 9/4. You know.
Yeah, we didn't get notes on that one.
This is one of the big ones. Newsstand 449.
That's good. That's
And the 9/4. And I got this from Jen at Space Cadets.
That's awesome. That's a good pickup.
Yeah, and
you know,
good
Thunderbolts are there to I think close out 2024, right? I think is when they're one of the last movies in 2024. A lot of speculation on who the roster is. That's still a real good book to pick up.
And yeah, he did great. I was not expecting 9/4 out of this, to be honest. But it came out
And that's the time frame where newsstands were definitely less than direct.
Yeah, for sure. And then you know how I love these action figure covers.
I do.
9/8 America Chavez.
That's good, man. That's a cool cover too.
Now I gotta decide if I'm gonna keep this one or sell it. I sold a couple raws already, but and a couple of them are 9/8 contenders too. But I was like, I can't sell every book I own or send every book I own into CGC. As tempting as that is. And then We talked about this one on our comics are not crashing. I said I sent one in because they're holding value so well and holding 9.8. And this is actually one of the ones I got on Whatnot during the retail drop where they sold everything at
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, I remember that show where they sold it at cover, right?
yep. So I got it for $4.
Nice.
And he came in. I'm like, man, this thing looks perfect. It looks like it came off the rack. May never not have even the rack.
No news. No news that I know of. Iron Man is dead, by the way.
Yeah, they're not going to do anything with Iron Man. I mean, they're going to keep going with War Machine and Riri, of course.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to Riri. Everything I'm seeing looks really good about it.
The MCU is better that Tony Stark is dead.
Yeah, he was fucking everybody up.
Everything bad that happened in the MCU is Tony Stark's fault. That's for you, Elvis.
All right.
Elvis and I argued at length about Tony Stark in the MCU.
All right. This is one of the ones that had me a little disappointed. I mean, it's mostly because I was trying to do some set stuff. So I'll explain here once I pull these out. All right, let's dump the bags. That one I'm not mad about. All right, so I think it's just these two. All right, so this is the facsimile editions with the Djurjevic. But which direction? This direction. God damn it. Which hand? Okay, fuck it. Oh my God.
Hey man, it's all right. Don't fight
This
it.
is a cover, and it came out a 9.8, and then they had a virgin version, but the fucking thing came out a 9.6. I was I was I was positive they were gonna both be 9.8s, and this is a Frankie's.
Frankie's Comics, yep.
Frankie's always puts out some banger covers,
Yeah.
and although as we've talked about, I'm burnt out on homages and stuff like that. I'm good with it when it's a facsimile because it makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, it's because it's a modern take or an updated take on that facsimile, right? Like on what it's doing. Kind of like the facsimile edition that Black Flag put out before they slapped an acetate cover on there.
Yeah,
But that one, yeah, that makes sense. Those definitely make sense. The
I
one
love
that doesn't make sense that to me is the Walmart special edition for the Moon Knight facsimile. That doesn't make sense, but it's still a beautiful cover. Yeah, still a
yeah,
beautiful cover.
I'm not one of those.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna sell that when we do our exclusive drop. And then another one is I had the same thing. I got these because you already know that I love the character and the cover, and even though it's another homage, which I'm for the most part burned out on, I just really like this one because of the way uh, they did it. So this is Miles Morales 26, and it's the same thing. It's the facsimile. Is it Mayhew? I think.
Yeah, that one's Mayhew. Which one, Elvis? I mean, the latest facsimile that came out, I think that was last week, was the Tomb of Dracula #1. Uh, I can't remember which one was before that, but I did not pick up the Tomb of Dracula #1 facsimile edition.
Also, I say one of the reasons I pulled the trigger on this is to do the Miles label.
Yeah,
Too.
that label's retired now too.
So I did that, and then it had the Virgin, and then the other reason I pulled the trigger is Comic Mint had a deal that if you bought the A and B, they'd throw in a color splash for free.
Nice.
So it was actually super affordable, and then I was able to get the Miles label. So I'm like, that's going to make an awesome set.
Yeah.
And then what happened? Of course, the Virgin gets a 9.6.
Well, hey man, you can do an inspection, resubmit, if you want.
I'm gonna look it over and check, and then I gotta check prices also to see if it's worth it.
Yeah.
This one, newsstand 337.
Okay. All right.
It's an 8.0, which I'm a little disappointed in. there's like actually I can actually see folds on it, which is makes me think CGC bumped it or something while they were working on it.
No, Elvis, I didn't grab that, man. I thought about it, and then Big Time Collectibles announced their gold foil anniversary edition. So I figured I'd take the $25 I'm going to spend on that Scotty book and and spend it on that plus 125 more.
And there's a 8.5 and 9.0 for Ultimate Spider-Man 1, which is first series, second appearance for
Yep.
Miles. And these were actually out of my PC, and they were my readers because I was reading it at the time. And then see, is that Rocky?
That's probably Rocky. Yep, that is Rocky.
So these weren't like handled with like this book is going to be worth $2,000 in 10 years
Yeah,
because I would never have guessed it.
yeah.
I bought his first appearance because I thought it was going to be a big character, but I didn't expect him to blow up the way he did, or else I would have bought like 10 of
Way
those
more. Yeah,
fives.
yeah,
But so they got read, they were put in the box, and they weren't treated as an investment book. It was
yeah,
just like one of my. It was a series I was reading, so I'm not mad about that 8.5 and 9.0 with it. I decided with where they're at, it was time to pull the trigger on that.
yeah.
Now I got one more. This is the big book of the submission. At least I expect it to be. It's not there yet. Oh, it's beautiful. I didn't even check any of the labels or anything for mistakes yet. But this is a 1 in 1,000.
Yeah.
That's Judgment Day, free comic book day. The Peachman Loco. Not a cheap book in any way, shape, or form.
No, not at all. Oh,
But I had just come into some money when this went on sale, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm getting it.
I remember when you bought that from Ultimate Comics, right?
I did.
Yeah, I remember when you were talking, we were chatting back and forth when they released it. You asked a couple questions and you pulled the trigger, and I was like,
Well, I want to say you were going like 400 to 500 on eBay at the time.
they were
Ultimate
Ultimates. I think they
300.
sold it for 3. I saw it in store. Uh, not probably not the one you had, but I had went to in store. They had it in store because I went there for free comic book day, and I saw it. I just couldn't bring myself to pull the trigger on it,
This is
man.
100.
But that definitely has the potential to be a big book.
And if anybody's watching doesn't know, this is the first appearance of Bloodline, which is Blade's daughter.
Yep.
And just going back to the spec potential, it's everywhere because they're bringing in a lot of the they're pushing a lot of the occult characters in the books right now. At the same time that they're starting to introduce them in the MCU, and Marvel usually lines their books up with things that they're doing in the movies. Just like they announced the new Thunderbolt series, and about the same time they announced the movie.
Yep.
Uh, like they did the new Ms. Marvel series, they did an America Chavez series, all when they started to get announced for TV
Actually,
shows.
they telegraphed. I think they telegraphed Miss America, the America Chavez story. They retconned some of her backstory to match what it was in the movies or what they were going to
Well,
do.
did you read
Ultimately,
Made in
multiverse.
America?
Was that?
Did you read Made in America?
I read the first 2 issues.
Okay, so I'm gonna spoiler. So everyone, do you plan on reading the rest, or can I bust it out?
No, yeah, bust it out, man.
They completely retconned the utopian parallel. Like it was all made up in her head. She's from here, and she was experimented on by people because
Ah,
her and her sister had a rare disease, and she did have the two moms, but in her head, her moms were superheroes. Uh, so that's how she kind of created this thing. And she always would tell people she's from the utopian parallel, and then they always thought there was something wrong with her. And then when she started flying, they're like, "Oh my god, maybe she is." So everybody ran with it because she was a little girl when they found her while she
yeah.
was before. And then when her sister found her is when she told her the truth. Hey, you're a lab rat.
Oh man.
So
Hey,
she was
Elvis.
still dimensional, but
So anything High Republic? I would tell you there's a new High Republic series that got released. I would pick that up. If you're able to pick up some Star Wars High Republic Volume 1 and High Republic Adventures that were IDW, pick some of those up. There and any Dr. Afra, that's on a huge dip right now. So if you're able to pick up some was it Darth Vader #3, Star Wars Darth Vader #3,
Yeah,
pick those up.
up to 5.
Yeah. I would advise anybody who's thinking about picking that up, try to get a high 9.8 copy, high 9.8 candidate copy raw. You could probably find that anywhere between 100 to 150 bucks, or
You can
buy the
find
9.8.
300 right now.
Yeah, the 9.8's 300. So, and then a 9.6 will probably cost you about 150. So you can buy raws, or you can get 9.6s and try to resubmit. But my only suggestion is, if you're going to buy 9.6, have it in person so you can examine the book, and because you have a better chance of getting a raw book at a less expensive price, and then having it come out to be a 9.8.
Oh, got a text from work.
Don't they know it's Friday, man? And hey, Elvis, also check your messages. I sent you the message on the big time collectible Star Wars, excuse me, Superman drop that they're doing.
Bear with me for a second.
No worries, no worries. And then
Helicopter.
I started reading this. So I'm a huge Ed Brubaker fan, and so I'm going to start reading Reckless. It's by him and um, Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips. And then, not that it's worth anything, but I want to take a look again. Well, not that it's going to be worth any big money, or anything that I think it'd be, but I'm a huge fan of the Sean Murphy person.
For you. Sorry, you go ahead. I'll get back in a second.
Yeah. So, hey, Elvis, Randy is a Grimm fan. I read issue 1. I got a copy of
Slabs already.
Yeah, I got a copy of issue number 1. So I'm not in heavy on Grimm. I did enjoy the first issue. Randy's he's current on it, and he keeps recommending it to me, and I still haven't followed his recommendation at all. So
I want to send this to you.
all right, yes.
I was going to put in the box I shipped you because
Yeah.
it came from the promos. I'm like, hey, that's all the shit Angel just bought.
That's right, man. And that Follow Me is his newest book, is the newest release. So that's what's coming out in October. So I'm super excited, man. It's just Ed Brubaker does some really good work. He writes really well. Very crime noir-y type stuff. So and then I believe next week they finish out. I don't know, is it next week? But I think it's this month. They released the final book to Knight's House on the Lake, which I'm super excited about.
I'm so behind on that. I've got a trade paperback to read. But let's see. It's second print, number 1. I've got 2 third print number 1s. Got the 1 in 25 Prison foil.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know that I like foil. God dang, I can do anything with that.
And Elvis, if there's any boom book that has the potential to blow up like Something's Killing the Children, is Grimm. That if you read the synopsis, it reads like something that's ready for a show.
And then the one for
That's
story.
nice.
And then I got that first Whatnot exclusive, not the tarot card one, but the other one where she's jumping with the scythe.
Yeah.
And that got sent to CGC because it got off Comic Con for like $24.
Oh, nice.
That thing's been selling between 50 and 70.
Yeah, I've been I haven't really been specking too much on anything. I've been separating. I've been redoing my collection. You can't see it. That's why it's pointing up, but you saw a little stuff there. So it's like on the floor, going through, separating my keys and stuff like that. But I've been concentrating mostly on completing my Thunderbolts run and picking that up, and then finding the first appearances, the affordable first appearances of the characters that make up the first Thunderbolts team. And then I gotta take a look at some other stuff. So, and then I'm Tomb of Dracula. I don't have any thoughts on Strange Academy second semester. I do know.
Is it out
Uh,
yet?
no, not yet. Finals comes out next month,
Okay.
and then part two comes out the month after. Those are the two books leading into second semester. I'm super happy that Scotty Young is still writing,
Yeah.
and Humberto Ramos is still drawing it. I'm currently reading uh, the Ram V Detective Comics run and the Chip Zdarsky Batman run, which is really good. And then, but Scotty Young is, I guess I don't know if you want to call it volume two, but he's continuing the stories of Fuck Fairyland. Or excuse me, I Hate Fairyland. The Not Safe for Work release of the is called Fuck Fairyland. So I got those variants on pre-order, and I'm looking forward to reading those again. But Strange Academy, I would tell you, I think in the first 18 issues, there are probably two big books. Obviously, that's number one, where all the characters are their first appearance. And then there's number 14, the first appearance. Is it 14? Well, it's later on. It's toward the end of the run. The first appearance of, hey, what's up, Jay? The first appearance of Gaslamp. Now, if you're looking to tie into that, then you got to take a look at the Doctor Strange run, the Jason Aaron run. I believe it's in 2015. So you have the first issue there, where it's the first appearance of Zelma Stanton, um, who people speculate is already in the MCU. The first appearance of Mr. Misery, the first appearance of a character I can't remember. He's in that. And then more Doctor Strange stuff. You have Doctor Strange in the
Number
Sorcerer's
one.
Supreme. If you're going to do some occult stuff, you have the Demon Rider. Is that her? I can't. I'll murder her name, but her character name is the Demon Rider, and there's a couple other first appearances in that series and stuff like that. And then obviously some of the big characters that are in Strange Academy, Magic. So her first appearance is still somewhat affordable, and she's tied to the X-Men and New Mutants and stuff like that.
First appearance too.
Yeah,
Because
it,
like
it,
real
it is.
first as a baby in Giant Size, number
Yeah.
one. And you got the as a adolescent, which is it I've got it. It's New Mutants, I think, like 34, 38, something like that.
Yeah, and then
And
she's called Magic or something like that.
which is Uncanny 2 something.
Yep.
Like she has so many firsts. And then there's the first Soul Sword.
Yep. And so it's very reminiscent of Silk, right? Like Silk's first appearances and Jessica. Oh my gosh, the one from DC, the Green Lantern.
Cruz.
Yeah, Jessica Cruz. But then you have Magic, Brother Voodoo, which is Strange Tales 169. And those books are starting to creep up again.
If you can
And
ever
then,
find Strange Academy number one, though, buy it every time.
yeah, if you can get your hands on the Strange Academy number one, again, you can probably get a high grade raw copy for around that $100 mark. Take a look at it because it's a white book, so it's be prone to dirt. It would show dirt fairly easy, but it does hide defects very well. So really examine that book before you pull the trigger on something like that.
Yeah, Jay, and New 52, they brought one out, Jessica Cruz.
Yeah.
And she spiked up because she was rumored to be one of the leads for the Green Lantern series.
Which hasn't been cut yet. So it hasn't been canceled yet.
Any minute, though. I mean, they even cut the Batman cartoon.
Yeah.
They're just fucking cleaning house.
Well, yeah.
I mean,
so I got her first appearance, but again, Jay, her first appearance, I thought I had what was her first appearance, but it turned out it was just a cameo. So it's very convoluted. But yeah, Elvis. So if there's anything Strange Academy that you want to do, obviously the number one, Gas Lamp. There's a Strange Academy, Death of Doctor Strange, where a couple of Howie is introduced, who they think might make an appearance in the Halloween special. And also something that Spider-Man is now, they're releasing a story called Spider-Man and the Unforgiven. So in that one, they're bringing back some heroes that some vampire heroes that were I'll in the next stream, or I'll post it on there what their first appearance is. So again, these are guys that were forgotten; they haven't been used in a couple years, and it's kind of curious that they're bringing them back to do a vampire-ish type story with Spider-Man. So, and it's still a book you can find in the dollar bin. So, definitely. If you're going to spec on anything, take a look at some Marvel horror.
Yeah.
Because the next big thing is that nobody's really talked about and nothing has been really released is the Halloween special that's coming. That's supposed to be released
The one I'm still
around Halloween.
for that I haven't been able to find that I think's got a ton of spec is Bloodstone #1. The first
Oh
one.
yeah. Elvis got one. Elvis got a couple, I think.
It's a good hold. Sweet. Hey Jay, you don't think you were in here when I pulled it out? This is the 1 in 1,000 for that Judgment Day, first Bloodline.
Hey Jay,
Eight.
have you been reading his new one? The art isn't the best, but the story's been spot on. They're releasing a new Spider-Man. I think they have a Spider-Man 1000 or Amazing Fantasy 1000, something like that came out this week. It's an anthology. And then you have Spider-Man #1. I think that releases next month with a bunch of all variant covers. Frank Miller did one. Did not look great, but it's okay. It's Frank
Which
Miller.
one? The cover?
Yeah, he did a variant. I think it's like a 1 in 250 or something.
Peachman Loco one. I think it's store exclusive, but it looks really good.
Yeah.
One where it split Spider-Man and Peter.
Yeah. Yep. That's a PX exclusive. And it connects with the trade dress.
Okay.
So on one, right, the Spider-Man is on this side, and then on the trade dress, it's on the other side, so it connects. It's pretty good. It's good stuff. But yeah, it's so yeah, I mean, I haven't really been specking on much. I've been kind of again just trying to complete some runs, go through my books, decide which ones I want to grade. I did pick up, about 2 months ago, the Chris Claremont Dark Phoenix saga.
Yeah.
So I went through there, found all the extra ones that I had in there. Now I got to decide which ones are going to go off to get.
You didn't get that second one, did you?
Was that no, man? I came so close.
When you pull out all those extras, let me know what you're missing from the run because I got a lot of extras too. We might be able to put together
Okay.
a set.
Yeah.
And then sell it.
Hey man, that I forgot how momentous that those 129 to there was a 7 or 8 issues, 9 issues.
Yeah.
129 to I can't remember the 133, 130, 132. I'll have to look. But it was like 7 issues. But you had first Kitty Pryde, first Emma Frost, you had the first Dazzler, first Hellfire Club, and all the characters that are in that. The first solo Wolverine story, right? The first solo Wolverine story.
Yeah, there's some big books in that.
There's some bangers in there, man. Then you got the death of Jean Grey. There's some bangers, man. So it's definitely there. I have 2 copies.
For that, you got the Alpha Flight.
Yeah.
I'm looking at Key Collector right now. Yeah, so 129. Man, it's just a killer run all the way through.
But AJ, if you're looking for, I would pick up this latest Spidey run. It's Zeb Wells is doing a real good job. The first, I can't speak for the Judgment Day issue because I haven't read it yet. But the first 6 issues on point. It's on point. The art though, not Ramita Jr.'s best, but and can be somewhat distracting, but the story's on point. It's good to go.
There's some panels in there. I'm looking at it and I'm like, did he just give up on Mary Jane?
I don't, I wouldn't say give up. I was taking a look at some of his old X-Men work, like when he was doing X-Men. And he's always had that style. I just think during his Daredevil run, his X-Men run, when he was almost on a lot of books in Marvel, it was just a very clean, and he was a lot more expressive. Now it seems like what you see with like now I'm starting to notice more where it's like it's the same face, right? So it doesn't matter if it's Mary Jane or another female character in the book. Their face looks basically the same, right? And then when he does some type of contortion, it just doesn't look right. Like lumped up Peter Parker did not look good at all. But you see where he was lumped up before, or when he did the Daredevil run where him and Frank Miller, I have it in there. I can't remember the name of it.
Man Without Fear.
Man Without Fear. You look at lumped up Matt Murdock during that. He looks all right. So it's just kind of I don't know. It's crazy. I think
I don't buy anything that he draws right now, but I've got more original art from him than anything else.
Yeah, same.
Actually, I think it's actually Brett Booth.
Yeah,
I bought a couple Brett Booth pieces, but
yeah. Oh, Brett Booth, he has a cover coming out here soon. I can't remember for what title. I think I sent it to you. Oh, Wildcats.
Oh, is it one of the anniversary ones?
No, they're re-releasing Wildcats.
Mm.
They have Wildcats versus Amanda Waller. So I know.
I saw that they're bringing them to DC or whatever, right?
Yeah. So and it's based in the 80s too. I was reading the synopsis, so it's not even. But they are bringing back Wildcats, which is awesome because it's 90s goodness right there. And then you have and they're doing Waller versus that, which I didn't think they'd base it in the 80s. I would have thought based on how they finished the latest Suicide Squad run, where she essentially went to Earth 3 and took over Earth 3. Mm-hmm. I would have thought that they would have had the Wildcats go after her there and stuff. And then you got there you go, Nubia leading that she's going to be joining the JLA. So DC's with this Dark Crisis, they're looking to reboot their universe again. So we'll see how that goes. Their multiverse, another crisis. Good times.
I think it's about time to call it, man. I'm out of stuff and my phone's blowing up from work stuff.
All right, yeah. Hey, like always, we'll get another one going. We'll talk about some more spec stuff. Hey, thanks for joining us.
Word.